They say Vietnam's soul is in Hanoi, with its loud streets and glowing temples.
But nobody warns you about the lawless traffic, dangerously delicious food, and endless free entertainment.
We'll also sneak in Halong-based luxury cruise,
This cruise looks luxury.
the world's busiest hike,
Never seen such a busy hike.
and plenty of chaotic adventures.
Let's dive into our 3-day itinerary.
Hanoi met us with cold weather and loud traffic. Our first stop was our hotel, which looked pretty spacious and luxurious.
We had our own huge room with bathtub and our own balcony with a view. There was also a rooftop terrace that we'll show you later in the evening.
After checking in, we were ready to explore the city.
Our first stop was Nok Son Temple, located on a small island in the middle of the lake.
The entrance is 30,000 dong.
And apart from the vibrant red colors of the temples, there is also a lot of interesting history, like Vietnam's beloved sacred turtle, a 500-year-old 250-kilogram guardian spirit of Hoan Kiem Lake.
After the temple, we decided to master the skill that is necessary for surviving in Vietnam, crossing the roads. With the skill conquered, we then decided to do a walking tour of the city.
I like the city, it's pretty.
Yes, the capital of Vietnam is beautiful, with a unique blend of Vietnamese and French architecture.
We tried to cross the road at the pedestrian light, thinking it'd be easier, but we just found that no one stopped, even on the green pedestrian light.
Then we decided to head to the famous train street through a local park.
Where we stumbled across some people doing their daily exercise at night.
As we reached the train street,
We sat down and had some drinks.
we were lucky to arrive just 15 minutes before the train's arrival. When the train arrived, we were prepared. Winston even had 2 cameras.
It was an exciting experience.
Then, even better, we realized there was a second train due to arrive in another 15 minutes.
Pro tip, check the schedule before you go, because otherwise you could be waiting a long time for the train to arrive.
After the second train, we continued our walking tour of Hanoi. As you can see, walking in Vietnam can be quite challenging, because you need to go through different obstacles, circumnavigating around scooters, people, or even walking on a road.
Then we decided to practice our road crossing survival skills some more.
Luckily, we survived. I don't want to cross any more streets.
After crossing our third street, we finally made it to our last destination of the night.
Where we were rewarded with a tasty pho to end our tour.
When we got back to our hotel, we decided to head to the rooftop terrace.
Which we had all to ourselves.
The view of the city was a great way to end the day.
The next day, we went on a tour to Halong Bay.
Our tour guide told us a lot of interesting stories, facts, and pro tips.
Don't come to Vietnam in the summer season. A lot of foreigners trying in Vietnam in the summer season. Everyone will say, oh my god, too hot. But you know the Vietnamese, we didn't say, oh my god, too hot. We will say, oi doi oi, oi doi oi.
We had a quick stop at the Pearl Museum before finally reaching the wharf where our cruise departed from.
All the boats looked super luxurious. On the second level of our tour boat, there was even a jacuzzi.
This cruise looks luxury. What I told you to, he said you didn't want
We didn't take the swimming suits, and the water in the jacuzzi was pretty cold, but it didn't stop us from enjoying the view.
On the top level of the boat, we found some sunbeds.
And we could even steer the boat and feel like We were in the Pirates of the Caribbean. Let's go!
That was an exciting experience, and we took some nice photos.
But on the way back, our tour guide showed us the hard truth of our next stop.
Up there.
How are we gonna climb there? It's so far.
Easy.
We can't.
But before our scary hike, we took the opportunity to fill up on the luxurious cruise buffet.
There were all types of food, including one of our favorite foods, oysters. I think I've never had that many oysters in my life.
After the buffet, we arrived at T-Top Island.
It was named after the Russian cosmonaut German Titov.
It was supposed to be named T-Top Island.
But perhaps it became T-Top because they couldn't pronounce the V sound.
After landing, we started the very busy hike to the top of the island.
I've never seen such a busy hike.
Oi, oi, oi! Oi, oi, oi!
The crowds on the trail were insane.
It was non-stop people from start to finish.
And it wasn't even peak season.
The views from the top were nice.
But I don't know if it was worth the hike through the crowds.
We then returned back to our boat, where we continued our cruise of Ha Long Bay.
We even sailed through the Kissing Rocks, which is a symbol of eternal love.
After that, we just sat back, relaxed, and enjoyed the scenery.
Then it was time for the adventure activities.
There were two options to choose from: a group boat ride or kayaking.
We chose kayaking because we preferred an activity with just the two of us.
It was chaotic, just like the traffic on Vietnamese roads.
And when the boats came near, it felt like we were going to get decapitated.
But things went much better for those who chose the boat option.
They rocked the boat from side to side, making it feel like it's going to capsize.
Oh, monkeys on the island, I think. We spotted some monkeys on the island.
With some of the other tourists trying to take selfies with them.
They just like to tease people with the boat. As we started to head back, we saw that the boat drivers were still teasing the tourists and trying to make them scream as loud as possible.
And we were happy with our choice of kayaking, where we could make our own way back to the cruise in this beautiful scenery.
Let's enjoy the views as we kayak through Ha Long Bay.
We recommend that you don't take your phone on this activity, as it's easy to drop it into the water.
It's better to have a swimming suit and towels, as it's likely you'll get wet.
Then it was finally time for the most magical place on the tour. A cave located inside a mountain,
We again had to conquer a lot of stairs,
as well as the crowds.
but the views were worth it, and we took nice pictures.
Once inside the cave, we found that it was just as busy as outside.
But as we went further into the cave, the crowds eased up.
And we were able to enjoy the landscapes created by water over thousands of years.
Before heading back, we took a few final photos as we bid farewell to Ha Long Bay.
And as the sun set, we boarded the cruise to head back to the mainland.
Then it was a long bus ride back to Hanoi.
The clock on the bus seemed to agree with us, showing that it was 27 o'clock.
When we did finally get back to Hanoi, we explored the night market, where we were tempted by the variety of dangerously tasty food options.
So of course we had to try as many as could fit in our stomachs.
And that was the end of our last day in Hanoi, the city where the traffic never stops and the fur never gets cold.
We would definitely come back here again. And that wraps up our 3 amazing days in Hanoi.
So good. What was your favorite food to eat while in Hanoi?
Honestly, all the coffee, especially that egg coffee, really surprised me.
Same. What about that coconut coffee? So delicious.
Yeah, and the pho. I think I had it every day.
Yes, Hanoi definitely knows how to make a good pho.
We hope you enjoyed watching this video on Hanoi.
Stay tuned for our next video where we visit one of the ancient wonders of the world located in the heart of Asia.
Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.
Until next time, safe travels.